Oh, that's what it's going to do. Shoot. Welcome to Crosley Field here in Cincinnati and the Cincinnati Reds. Hello, everybody. Bob Murphy, along with Lindsey Nelson and Ralph Kiner, will be joining us later. As tonight, it is the New York Mets taking on the Cincinnati Reds. As tonight's game, pitching for the Mets will be the youngster Jacob Degrom as he comes out from the time machine from 2021 and returns to 1968 to play as a New York Metropolitan. He'll be taking on Tony Cloninger, a left-hander, and he has been tough for National Leaguers this year. He's 1-1, a .60 ERA, 6 hits in 15 innings. As for the Reds, they are a promising team with some definite odds. They're going to see a lot of known, very young performers out on the field here in Crosley, as tonight's Mets team is trying to battle for the first place lead. This pregame show is brought to you by Schlitz, the beer of champions. Let's go ahead and go over baseball like we like to have it here. As it's going to be on the New York Mets today, come with a record of 8-6. They are one game in back in 6. Wow, the Cincinnati Reds are 7-7. They're only 2 games back. A lot of teams are bucked up so far. The Mets have lost 2 games in a row. They played .500 over their last 10. Remember, I'm playing the Degrom live, and I'm playing the Tom Seaver starts live. Everything else is done as an auto, just they are 6-4 in the last 10, so they picked it up after a slow start, and they've actually won 5 in a row. So they are the National League's best team so far, with a 5-game winning streak. Looking at other numbers in baseball in the league leaders department, you'll notice that Willie Mays leads the National League at hitting at .426. Probably will not last long. Araro hitting 5th at .364. Ken Boswell, who the Cincinnati Reds come in. Tony Perez is hitting .346. Again, if you have not seen this team, they are a very exciting team. Leading the National League in home runs is Henry Aaron and Willie McCovey with 7, while the run batted and McCovey with 13. As we look at the other leading totals in baseball, the New York Mets are 4th in the majors with a .247 average. That is the league average. Hit .245 right in back of the Mets. The New York Mets have come in as the 10th team, or the 10th. They are right now the 9th team in ERA at 3.43. The Reds have won the first 2 games of the series. The Mets try to salvage Game 3. It's Degrom against Cloninger right here on WOR. Al Weiss at second. Cleon Jones in left. Ed Charles, the hot hitter on the Mets, batting 4th. Ron Swoboda in right, batting 5th. Jerry Grody batting 6th. Ed Kranepool gets the stars, batting 7th. Bud Harrelson batting 8th. And pitching, pick up DeGrom. For the Reds, Mac Jones in left, Veda Pinson in center, Pete Rose in right. Very strong outfield, good arms. Around the infield, Perez at third, Cardenas at short, Helms at second, and May at first. Behind the bench, the young Johnny Bench, and on the mound, the left-hander Cloninger the left-hander, .60 ERA, 6 hits in 15 innings. How did Tony Cloninger get here, you say? Let's take a look at the Cincinnati pitcher. Cloninger came in with a record of 5-6, 4.09 ERA in a 68 season. He's made 2 starts, 7 hits, 4 hits, 1 run that was earned. Innings of got the win. Let's do this from Crosley Field as we're about ready to start. Full home run, 4 RBIs, 62 at bats. So he's starting to get to that point where it's longer a slow start, and you have to start counting numbers. You don't want to get this far behind in the majors and without having a good lead. He's in 177. Bench sets up the target. Cloninger, the left-hander, and the AG strikes out, and that's the first out. And now here's the shortstop. Here's the second baseman, Al Weiss. He's 1 for 9, hitting 111, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. And that's a ground ball to second. That should be Helms. He should come up with it. Oh, that's a tough play for Helms. Nice play. He got to the ground, picks it up, had time, throws it out to May. Good play by Helms. Here's Cleon Jones. He's 3-0. He's out for start. 3 triples, 3 homers, and 10 batted in. Problem with Cleon. He 15 times in his first 55 at bats. 2 outs in the first. Bench down the target. Top ball to first. May's got it. Takes it to the bag himself. 3 up, 3 down. Go to Mets. So we go to the bottom of the first. Mets nothing. Here come the Cincinnati Reds. Bottom of the first. Here at Crosley Field, Cincinnati will now come up. The Reds will send up the incomparable, the right fielder, Pete Rose, young outfielder. Batting second, the second baseman is Tommy Helms. Batting third, the first baseman is Lee May. Batting fourth, the hot third baseman, Tony Perez. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Mac Jones. Batting sixth, the catcher, Johnny Bench. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Vada Pinson. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Leo Cardenas. And batting ninth and pitching, don't give this guy a back chance to bat. He has a very good swing. Tony Cloninger, batting ninth. So here comes Pete Rose. He'll lead off. He's hitting .291, 7 doubles, a home, and he's switch lefty against Degrom. Degrom has come in with a record of 2-0, 2.40 ERA, hits in 15 innings, 5 walks, and 19 strikeouts. For the Mets defensively, owns A.G. Swoboda. Swoboda is average. Charles, Harrelson, Weiss, and Cranepole grow behind the plate. Degrom is your pitcher. How did Jacob Degrom get here today? Let's take a look. Numbers. We take a look at Jake. Jake, fastball pitcher, overwhelming stuff when he's on. His first start. His second start, he pitched 6 innings and a Met drubbing, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and he pitched 6 innings. He gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, and struck out 10. So he struck out 19 over his first 15 innings. DeGrom gets ready. Here comes Rose, and let's get this started. Rose sets the target. DeGrom gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Rose, and now the first out. So now here's Tommy Helms. He's hitting .304, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs. Right-handed hitter, has a little bit of pop, and overall pretty good hitter. Brody puts down the sign. That's a strikeout on Helms, 1 away, 2 outs. And here is Lee May. He's a dangerous hitter, hitting .309, 2 doubles, a triple, only a home run, 8 RBIs, has a ton of power in that bat. Big first baseman. But they think his time might be over, as they're thinking of moving Tony Perez across the diamond at some point. Perez is getting a little bit bigger for third. He thinks he might be better over at the other corner. But right now, Lee May in this lineup Grody sets the sign. Degrom with the big fastball. Here's the pitch to May, and that is a fly ball to center. He challenged him. AG pitch, and the Reds go 3 up, 3 down. Let's go to the fourth. It is no score. For the Mets, Ed Charles, 55 at bats, is a double, 3 homers, and 12 runs batted in. Solid season, hitting .364. Batting from the right-hand side against Cloninger. Bench sets in the target. Cloninger with the windup. Here's the pitch to Charles, and that is going to be a ground ball to third. Perez got it, goes across the diamond to May for out number 1. Here's Ron Swoboda, hit 196, a home run and 4 RBIs. He's walked 13 times, which is a positive, but he struck out 17. Bench down the target. That's Swoboda, and that's a ground ball to short. Garnett's got time, throws out the May, and there's 2 outs. Here's a catcher, Jerry Grody, hitting .255, a home run and 3 RBIs. How he's definitely been DeGrom's best friend out there. Bench puts down the target. Tony Cloninger with the big windup. Here's the pitch to Grody, and that is going to be a walk to Grody with 2 outs. He's the first base runner for the Mets, and it brings up the first baseman Eddie Kranepool, hitting .222, 2 doubles, a home run, and 10 runs batted in. Bench sets in the target. Cloninger from the stretch. And walked him. 2 on and 2 outs. And the Mets will try to get something going, getting some free passes. Here's Bud Harrelson. He's hitting .240, a double and 4 ribbies. Bench puts down the target. Tony Cloninger from the stretch. First and second, 2 outs. Pitch to Harrelson, and that is a ball second. That's Helms. Tough play for Helms. He's got it. And no, he off the arm. Helms can not 4 on Helms. Bases loaded and 2 outs. And here is Degrom. Again, look at Mr. Jacob's stats. He's a 200 hitter, 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in. So let's see. Bench sets in the target. This is a dangerous hitting pitcher. Cloninger for strike. Bases loaded, 2 out. Pitch to Degrom. And that is going to be a catch. Jacks. I think it's going to be an RP. Let's see if he gets him. And they call interference. Oh, my goodness. They call catcher's interference on Johnny Bench. Degrom will take first base. They call that an eat. Him takes first base on the catcher interference. There you see in a replay his and that caused the catcher interference. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And here is Honey AG. AG 0 for 1. Bench sets in the target. Oh, that could have opened up a huge inning. From the stretch, here's the pitch to AG, and that is a strikeout for AG, and let's leave him loaded. 1 run, no hits, 2 errors, 1 huge one by Bench. And at the end of an inning, holy cow, what a start here at Crosley Field. Now Jacob Degrom comes in with a 1-run lead. He'll now pitch to the young third baseman, Tony Perez, Mac Jones, and Johnny Bench. So Grody puts down the target. Degrom looks in. Here's the windup to Perez. And that is a strikeout for Degrom. That's 2 for today. And here is Mac Jones. Mac Jones hitting 154. Still nothing on the docket. No trouble. He sets in the target. Degrom, the big windup, and deals. And that is a ground ball to short. Tough play for Harrelson. Let's see if he comes up with it. No, it's going to be to his left. He's going to knock it down, but that's a base hit. So even now, here's a young catcher, Johnny Bench, hitting .231, a double and 6 RBIs. So he steps up to the plate with 1 out here in the first. The Grody sets in the target. Degrom from the stretch. Runner on first and one out. Here's the pitch to Bench. And that's going to be a single up the middle. There's no doubt about that one. Mac Jones will go first to third. And he stops right there. The Reds have 2 on and 1 out. Here come the Cincinnati Reds. And now here's Vada Pinson. What a solid year he had. He hitting 193, home run, 3 RBIs, kind of hitting well below what he should be hitting. He's having a slow start here. First and third, one out. The Mets are going to have the corners in. Grody sets in the target. Degrom from the stretch. First and third, one out. Pitch to Vada Pinson. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Degrom. And here is Leo Cardinal running 2 RBIs. 2 outs, first and third. Degrom trying to get out of this one. Grody sets in the target. Degrom from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Cardenas. And that's a strikeout. So we took Jacob Degrom to the top of the third. Field Cincinnati. So the Mets trying to stay close in this National League division. Again, we have a National League East and National League West. There's the talk. Bench puts down the sign. Cloninger looks in. Here's the pitch to Weiss. He's 0 for 1. And that is going to be a walk. And again, Jones. He's 0 for 1. Bench sets in the target. Cloninger from the stretch. Runner on first and nobody out. Pitch to Jones. And that's going to be a pop to first. And Lee May right there. He had to go. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. So the Mets got a runner on first. Nobody outside. Cloninger from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Charles. And that is going to be a strike. I'm out looking. So Charles looked that one right on the inside corner. He sat right there like you're waiting for a car on the highway. 2 outs in the third, and here's Ronnie Swoboda. Swoboda comes in. He's 0 for 1. Ground that's first time. Cloninger has walked 3, struck out 3 in 2 2/3. Bench sets in the target. Cloninger working for the stretch. Run first and 2 outs. Pitch to Swoboda. And that's a ground ball at a 5'11". I'm sorry, 5'9". And let's see what that was. That was a strikeout. So strikeout for Cloninger. So let's go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 since 1-0 New York. So here comes Cloninger. He's a 206er. Again, he's using, I'm not sure what he's using for hitter-batter's card right now. See what he's using. I don't think that's his exact card. So here's Cloninger. He stepped on the windup. Here's the pitch to Cloninger. 3-8. That's a pop to second. Weiss is there. Makes the catch, and there's one away. Back top to Peter Edward Rose. He's 0 for 1. Fly down his first side. Grody sets in the target. Jacob looks in from the windup. Here's the pitch to Rose. And that's a 6-4. Ground ball to second. Weiss has got it. Gets him out of there. Rose hustled down the box. Here's Tommy Helms. He struck out his first time up. Degrom definitely looking strong out there. Grody puts down the sign. Degrom looks in and the full way up to Helms. And that is a ground ball to short. Degrom. Let's go to the fourth. 1-0 Mets. So 1-0 Mets. We head to the fourth inning here at Crosley Field. Mets again, 1 game out of first place, a 3-way walk jam. While the Cincinnati Reds are 7-7, 2 games back. So very evenly placed April here at 1968 ML board. He walked and scored the only Met run that was aided on 2 errors, including a Johnny Bench catcher's interference that scored the only run. Bench sent in the target. Walk to Grody. Boy, another walk from Cloninger. He struck out 4 and walked 4. And now here's Eddie Kranepool. He walked his first time up. We'll see if the Mets can put something together here. They are going to play the corners, and so Perez and May up in on the corners for a sacrifice. So Cranepool drops a perfect bunt down. Grody will go to second. A good play by Cloninger throws him out, and there's one out. So the Met, here's Harrelson. He reached on an error from Connings that kind of extended the inning, and then Degrom reached on Bench's catcher interference to stretch. Runner on second, one out. Here's the pitch to Harrelson, and that is a pop. The first, May is there, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. 2 outs in the fourth. Here's Degrom. Degrom, so far, he reached on that catcher's interference, allowed the run to score, but now he has a runner at second with nobody out. He steps in. Bench sets in the target with 2 outs. Cloninger working from the stretch. He's a right-handed pitcher, pitching to the left-handed, hitting Degrom. And that is going to be a strikeout for Degrom and ends the inning. So the Mets go down the fourth. Let's go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 1-0 Mets. So the Mets hit with a lead again. We go bottom of the fourth inning in a classic pitcher's duel between the right-handers, Degrom and Tony Cloninger. So here we go. Lee May a batter. He'll be followed by Perez and Mac Jones. Lee May hitting .304, home run, 8 RBIs, flied out his first time up. Reds have been left with only 2 hits given up by Degrom, while Cloninger has not given up a base hit in the ball game, but he's still on the short end of the stick. Grody puts down the sign. Degrom with the big wind-up to May, and that is going to be a 3-6, and struck him out. Oh, my, another strikeout for Degrom. This time Degrom has definitely controlled today. No walks and 5 strikeouts. So here's Perez. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Grody puts down the sign. Degrom with the windup. Here's the pitch to Perez, and that is going to be deep left field. Back at Cleon Jones is back, looks up, and that ball is. So Tony Perez takes the ball deep, far, and gone. Gone, goodbye. So Tony Perez hits his first home run. And guess what? That was Jacob Degrom's first home run he gave up on the air. Actually, that's Perez's second. Reds now get this a 1-1 ball game here in the fourth inning. Third hit get for the Reds. Here's Mac Jones. He's 1 for 1. Grody sets in the target. Degrom now looks in. Here's the pitch to Mac Jones, and struck him out. 2 outs here in the fourth. And here's JB on the bench. He singled his first time up. Grody puts down the sign. He wants to go out and talk to Degrom, pats him on the back. He's been there as a mentor for him. He gets out back behind the plate, settles him down, gets out, puts down the signs for him. Degrom from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Bench, and that's going to be a strikeout for Bench. Oh, nicely done by Degrom. He gets out of there. 1 run, 1 hit, home run by Tony Perez. Let's head to the fifth. It's 1-1's your score. 1-1's your score, top of the fifth. The game between the Cincinnati Reds and the New York Mets. Crosley Field in Cincinnati, an older ballpark. The Reds are planning to move out to downtown Cincinnati in a new top of the line ballpark. They're still in the creating process. But as it looks right now, they should be able to get a new ballpark. This ballpark has seen its days. It's been around since the beginning. It's a 1-1 tie here in the fifth. Tommy A.G. the batter, followed by St. Jones. Bench puts down the sign. Cloninger from the windup. Here's the pitch to A.G. And that's going to be a ground ball to first. May's got it. Takes it to the bag and 1 out. Here's Al Weiss. 0 for 1 with a walk. Bench sets in the target. Tony Cloninger nods. And here's the pitch to Weiss. And that is going to be a strikeout. Now Cloninger gets another strikeout. So Cloninger gets another one. That's 6 strikeouts ago. Both the 4. Bench puts down the sign for him. Cloninger with the big wind. Now here's the pitch to Cleon Jones, and that's a ground ball to short. Cardenas throws them out, and the Mets go down the fifth. This is starting to look kind of scary. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. It is 1-1. So far, the line score: Cincinnati 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Home run by Tony Perez in the fourth. The Mets 1 run without the aid of a base hit and no errors. The Mets got the run on a Jake from third to score. So last of the fifth, he'll now pitch to Pinson, Cardenas, and Cloninger here in the fifth inning. Grody puts down the side. Degrom looks in the windup. Here's the pitch to Veda Pinson. And Pinson hits a ground ball to second. Easy play for Weiss. Throws out the crane pool for out number one. Here's Leo Cardenas. He's 0 for 1. Grody sets in the sign. Degrom looks in. Here's a pitch to Cardenas. And that is going to be a deep drive left field. That could go. That's gone. Goodbye. Going, gone, goodbye, as Ralph Kiner would say. And the Reds take a 2-1 lead, both by home runs. That is the second home run of the year for Cardenas. As DeGrom put it up in the strike zone, it's now 2-1 here. So now here's Cloninger. Grody sets in the target again. He has to go out and tell Jacob to get that ball down. And line drive right at that crane pull for out number 2. Here's Rose. He's 0 for 2. He's flied out and grounded out. Grody sets in the target. DeGrom looks in, and here's the pitch to Pete. It's 2-1 Cincinnati now. So now Cincinnati has the lead in the 6th, and the Mets are needing to get on this hit column. It's Charles, Swoboda, and Grody. So right against the right-hander here. Bench sets in the target. Cloninger with the windup. Here's the pitch to Charles. And that's going to be a strikeout for Charles. Strikeout number 7 for Cloninger. Here's Swoboda. He's 0 for 2. Cloninger looks in. And here's the windup to Swoboda. 3-10, 5 ball the center. Pinson's there. Makes the catch. And there's 2 outs. Grody, the batter. He walked his first time up. And he scored the only. Cloninger looks in. Here's the windup to Jerry Grody. 2-6 single for Grody. First base of the ball game for the Metropolitans. So the Mets kind of avoid that. Here's the first baseman, easy at Cranepool. He walked to the second and second. Bunt. Back in the fourth. Big opportunity for Eddie here. Ben sets down the target. Cloninger now with Grody up first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Cranepool, and that is going to be a ground ball back to Cloninger. He's a 3-13. He picked it up and throws it out. Good job by Cloninger. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 2-1 Cincinnati. So 2-1 Cincinnati, last of the 6th. Crosley Field here as the Reds have a 2-1 lead. Degrom in his 6th inning of work. And of course, we know he is entering his point of weakness, but he has not needed yet in this season. He has pitched he's pitched very efficiently with low maintenance inning when you have a good fielding team in there. So here's Grody. He sets in the target. Now DeGrom stares in the Tommy Helms, who's 0 for 2. Again, strikeout number 9, I believe. Let's take a look at the box score and see how we're doing today. Jacob Rom so far in 5 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 9 strikeouts. But the 2 hits he gave up were home runs. Cloninger has got 6, only the 1 hit to Grody. 1 run that was not earned because of the catcher's interference and the Tommy Helms error. 4 walks in 7 strikeouts. A true pitcher's duel here in Cincinnati. So here's Lee. Struck out. Let's see if DeGrom works aggressively to him. Grody sets down the target. DeGrom nods, and here is the pitch to Lee May. And that's a ground ball to third. Charles got it. Goes to first, and that's 2 outs. So run off Jacob back in the 4th inning. That was Perez's 2nd home run of the year. He's one of the hotter Reds, hitting .352 right now with 2 homers and 6 ribbies. Perez, and that's a strikeout for DeGrom. He gets another one. We played 6. It's 2-1 Reds. So Degrom goes in the 7th inning. Now the problem becomes when he comes up in the order, what did the Mets do? Harrelson, possibly a pinch hitter, and then AG. We'll see if the Mets decide to pull Degrom after 6 and then have to play game of bullpen with the Reds. Ben sets in target. Harrelson did a home run here, which he doesn't have the power to do so, to tie things up. Cloninger looks in from the windup. Here's the pitch to Harrelson, and he gets what he needs, a base hit for Harrelson. So he gets the second hit. That means Jacob Degrom maybe set up the bunt, and he'll come in the bunt. The corners will be brought in, Perez and May. They'll probably both charge in case if he lays one down. Degrom did get credit with the RBI with the catchers out in the 4th. So Degrom will go ahead and bunt. There again, he's staying in the game to bunt only. Bench puts down the target. Cloninger from the stretch, and there goes Degrom. Degrom with a bunt, and does he beat it out? Yes, he does. Jacob Degrom gets the job done, beats it out, and that's an infield hit. What a play by Degrom. So Degrom first and Cloninger and Bench kind of collided. No one could pick up the ball, and Degrom beat it out. So first and second, no out. The Mets with a big opportunity here. Down only a run, no out in this hit or next hit or walk. So AG 0 for 3. Bench sets in the target. Cloninger from the stretch. First and second, nobody out. Pitch to AG. And that's going to ground ball to third. That's Perez. Does he come up with it? No, it's a downhill. No, it's off the legs. And Perez cannot corral it. That's error number 3 for Cincinnati. Or is that a base hit? I believe it is a base hit. Go to third. A single in E5 on Perez. And it's a 2-2 ball game. It's AG moves to second. Second and third, 2 outs, and all of a sudden the Mets an opportunity will probably go to the bullpen. The infield is in. We'll see if Cloninger pitches to Weiss, and they will pitch to Weiss, and that is a fly ball left field. Mac Jones is a 3-E5. Let's see if he comes up with this. And F2 makes the catch. Let's see if Degrom will score from third. He's got athletic ability. Here comes Degrom, and he is, let's see, he scores. So Degrom goes, and AG heads to third. So Degrom heads home, and AG heads to third. Oh, my. So the Mets take a huge lead here. 3-2. Let's find out what happened. Oh, that's why New York being controlled by the computer. That's why Cloninger was still in the game, but didn't affect him, thank God. With 3-2 New York, Bench sets in the target. Cloninger from the stretch, runner on third and 1 out, and the Reds are going to go to the bullpen. It's going to be Richie. He no record on the year, 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. On the year, he went 57 innings. Richie is a right lead, 1 out in the 7th. Bench puts down the sign. Richie from the stretch. AG on at third. Pitch to Jones. And that's a line drive in the gap. That'll be over Pinson's head. Plays to take a 4-2 lead. So how about this? The Mets coming through for Degrom. Comes up with a runner on second and 1 out. Bench sets in the target. Now, Richie from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Charles, and that is going to be a single to center field. Jones is a 1-15, 16 to come home. He's going to try to score. The throw not in time. The Mets take a 5-2 lead. So, hey, Charles with a big, huge hit. And the Mets with a 4th spot here in the 7th. So now here's Ron Swoboda to deliver a big crooked half snowman here in the 7th. Bench sets in the target. Richie from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. Pitch to Swoboda, and that is a hit batsman. Oh, Sabota takes it on the arm. Will take first. First and second, one out. Mets with a 3-run lead for Grody's. 1-for-1 with the runs scored. So Bench sets in the target. Ritchie working from the stretch. First and second with one ball. 0-for-1 with a walk. So he has walk, hit the sack bunt, and grounded out. They batted around. Harrelson, who led off the inning with the hit and came around the score, is on deck. Betts puts down the sign. Ritchie from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Cranepool. And Cranepool hits a shot to deep right center field. Back goes Jones. Here. They get the Snowman nearly. A 7-run, 7th. 3-run homer for Cranepool, his second of the year. And the Mets jump on top 8-2, laying the wood on Cincinnati here in the third game of the series. Oven it. He's on deck. He's staying in this game. Oh, my. Bench puts down the sign for him. Ritchie looks in. Here's the pitch to Harrelson. And that's a ground ball to second. Helms with it. Does he make a play? Yes, he does. Mets get a big touchdown here in Cincinnati. 8-2. Mets, we head to the 7th. What a turn of events here at Crosley Field. Holy cow. And the Reds now, boy, the defense has just bitten them in the literally in the behind in this one. Amazingly, have not done well. 3 errors by the Reds here, and it will be Mac Jones benched and Pinson. So Degrom pitching in the 7th. The Mets bullpen is active. So I don't see Degrom going past the 7th inning. Degrom with the windup. Here's the pitch to Mac Jones, and that is a ground ball to second. Weiss got it. Goes to first and 1 away. They went the complete game, wrote with him in the first game with all up, open a huge lead. Run him out of there again late in the game. They're going to be able to do the same thing here. Bench 1 for 2, single in the second. Grody sets in the target. Jacob Degrom with the windup. Here's the pitch to Bench. And that's a strikeout for Degrom. Strikeout number 1130 on the year. And here is Veda Pinson. He's 0 for 2. Grody puts, and that is going to be a deep drive right field. That ball is gone. Way back and out of here it goes. Third hit of the game, and 3 of the 5 hits by the Reds have gone out of here. That's Veda Pinson's second homer of the year, and it's now an 8-3 game with 2 outs in the 7th. So here's Leo Cardenas. He had one of the hits, a home run. That was on that 212 roll. Grody sets the target. Degrom looks in, and the pitch. And they're going to go to Beauchamp. Beauchamp will bat for him here. Beauchamp, a 625 hitter, 8 at bats, 2 doubles, and 2 RBIs. Grody sets in the target. Degrom looks in. Here's the pitch to Beauchamp. And that's going to be a strikeout for Degrom. Gets 12 through 7. Well, they meet up with Jacob Degrom. They pat him on the back. 8-3 Metropolitans. We go to the 8th here at Crosley Field here in Cincinnati. So here we go. It's going to be it'll be actually Degrom leading off. It's a perfect opportunity to come out of the pinch hitter. So they'll go ahead and do that. And with the right-hander in, Art Shamsky will grab the bat. So Art Shannon, 1 for 3 and 2 RBIs. Bench sets the target. Ritchie looks in. Here's the pitch to Shamsky. Fly ball right field. Rose is there. Makes the catch and 1 away. 7th inning, which kind of really opened up the floodgates for the Mets. Bench puts down the sign. Ritchie looks in. Here's the pitch to AG. And a 2-3 5 balls Al Weiss. He's 0 for 2 at the RBI. Bench puts down the target. Ritchie of the windup. Here's the pitch to Weiss, and that's a pop to first. May is there. Mets go up 3. Up 3 now. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8. It's 8-3 Mets. So Degrom is done. That means the Mets will have to go to their bullpen and are going to go with the young right-hander Nolan Ryan. So Nolan Ryan comes in the game. He goes into the 9th spot. Nolan Ryan, he's 0-1 on the season, 3.0 ERA. He's got 7 innings, 5 hits, 7 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's looking to harness that control for the Mets. We play the 8th, down 5. He will pitch to probably a pinch hitter, Rose and Helms here in the home 8th. So here, let's see who'll bat for him here, and it will be Alex Johnson hitting 176. So he has a double through 17 at bats. Grody sets in the target. Ryan looks in. Here's the pitch off the top of the wall. Cleon Jones will play the bounce. Double for Alex Johnson. And here come the Reds, the leadoff double. And here's Pete Rose. Rose 0 for 3. Has flied out, grounded out. Has that. He's out there trying to get work in and trying to work on his stuff. They're going to need him, I think, during the season. Here's the pitch to Rose. And that's going to be a fly ball set 1 away. Here's Tommy Helms. He's 0 for 3. Grody sets in the target. Ryan working from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Helms. And that's a fly ball to say. And now here is a matchup for the ages. Lee May. Degrom had a fastball. Ryan has probably stuff above that. The difference is you can see hitting 293 now. He's 0 for 3 today, including a strikeout in the 4th. Grody puts down the side. Ryan working for the stretch. Runner on second, 2 outs. Pitch to May, and that is a walk. There's that Ryan stuff that he has to deal with. Now a big hit here by the Reds kind of puts him back in this game, and here's the guy to do it. Tony Perez, home run, solo shot in the 4th on DeGrom. Remember, the Reds had 3 runs all on home runs. I believe the other home run was might have been Mac Jones. So here we go. Grody sets the target. Ryan from the stretch. First and second, 2 outs. Pitch to Perez and ground ball to second. Weiss, let's see if he comes up with this. He does. Tough play. Oh, maybe not. Let's see. If the runners are being held, it may have gone through. Yes, it does. Goes through for a base hit. Weiss was headed to the back to cover, and it went through the open spot of the infield. Lee May will come around the 3rd, and the Reds now trail it 8-4. So again, Nolan Ryan having some rust trouble. Here's Mac Jones. He's 1 for 3. A single back in the 2nd. So I was incorrect about. I think Pinson actually had the home run. Home runs today by Pinson, Perez, Vincent, Perez, and you know what? I guess we can start guessing. We'll look it up here real quick. The home runs in the ball game were by Cranicle for the Mets, Perez, Pinson, and Cardenas. So I forgot that. So it's 8-4. Mets now at that 4-point lead. 1 for 3. Grody sets at the target. Met bullpen is up. Right from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Mac Jones, and that is going to be ground ball to second. Weiss goes to first, and it ends the inning. Let's go to the 9th. Mets and Reds have committed 3 huge errors. For the Reds, Alex Johnson has moved to left. It's now going to be Johnson, Pinson, and Rose in the outfield. Then it'll be Perez, Woodward at short, Helms at second, and May at first. Bench behind the plate. Outbound for the Cincinnati Reds is Kelso. 1-1 with a 6.23 ERA, 8 hits and 9 innings, 4 walks, and 9 strikeouts. And now here is Cleon Jones. We follow by Charles and Swoboda. The Mets here in the top of the 9th inning. Mets look to extend the lead and get it into where it's more than a grand slam to Jones. And that's going to be a line drive right at May for out number 1. Here's Charles, 1-for-1, at an RBI single back in the seventh, RBI number 13 on the season. Bet. And that is a single for Charles. He's 2-for-5. So here's Swoboda, 0-for-3, run score, hit by a pitch back in the seventh inning. Betts puts down the sign. Kelso from the stretch, runner on first and one out, pitch to Swoboda. And that is a walk to Swoboda. The Mets have 2 on and 1 out. Here's Grody. Grody, 1-for-2, run scored now. He walked twice and singled back in the sixth. Betts puts down the sign. Kelso working from the stretch, first and second, one out. Pitch to Grody, and that is going to be fly ball to center. Pinson going to be there, makes the catch. And it's 2 out. So with 2 outs, here is Cranebowl, 1-for-2, getting a huge 3-run homer off Richie in the seventh inning. That was the second home run of the year for Cranebowl. He has 13 RBI so far on the year. 2 outs. Pitch to Cranebowl, and that's a strikeout looking. The Mets are down. Go to the bottom of the ninth. Mets lead, hanging at 4. So the Mets, 8 runs on 8 hits, while the Reds 4 runs, 7 hits, and 3 huge errors. Bench, Pinson, and Woodward, the bat for the Reds here in the ninth. Do the Mets decide to go to the bullpen here? And let's see. Kuntz has been one of the better. Do they want to go Al Jackson, righty, lefty, righty? Donald Wantilla has been a little bit hit hard as a Met. Let's see, do they go or want to get Kuntz again? And they're going to bring Kuntz in. Ryan did not look efficient in the eighth, so now Kuntz will come in. Ron Taylor is in the bullpen for the Mets if needed. So bench, Pinson, Woodward, last chance for the Reds here at Crosley. Reds have taken the first 2 games of the series. Mets trying to salvage the third one. Grody puts down the sign, and Kuntz looks in. Here's the pitch to Benji. He's there, makes the catch. And there's 1 out. Here's Vada Pinson. He had that home run back in the seventh inning. All 3 home runs were solo home runs off Degrom. Grody puts down the sign. Kuntz looks in. Here's the pitch to Pinson. And that's going to be a catch. Fly ball behind the plate. Pop out. Rote's there. Grody throws the mask away. Makes the catch. 2 away in the ninth. Last opportunity for Woodward. This is stop. Now he's a right-handed hitter. Bounce in the ninth. Last chance. Grody sets in the target. Kuntz looks in for the game winner. No, they'll kick him out and they'll bring in Pat Corrales. So Grody sets in the target. Kuntz looks in. Is this game over? Here's the pitch to Corrales. And that's a ground ball to short. Harrelson on it goes to Cranebowl. There's your happy recap. As the New York Mets win it by the score of 8-4. A little bit early, but put in the bucks. The Mets win it 8-4. So the Mets win it 7-8. For the New York Mets, they got a run in the second, while the Reds came back with runs in the fourth and fifth and led 2-1. We head to the seventh where the Mets explode. Cranebowl 3-run homer as the Mets took an 8-2 lead. The Reds had a run in the eighth, and that was the end of the scoring. The Mets win it by the score of 8-4. 8-0 for the Mets, 4-7-3 for the Reds. Degrom, first 3 starts, 3 wins. He's 3-0, 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, no walks today, 12 strikeouts. But he gave up 3 home runs, something will have to work on. Kuntz came in and pitched a perfect inning. Cloninger went 6 1/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 were earned, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. Richie, an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned. He pooped the bed in relief. He did not make it any easier when the Reds went to a new pitcher. Kelso, an inning and a hit, looked good. And in the game, doubles by Jones and Johnson, home runs by Craypool, Perez, Pinson, and Cardenas. For the Mets, multiple hitters, the big hitters in the ball game. Charles, 2 for 5, a run scored, an RBI, hitting 367, has been the Mets' best pitch hitter this year. While the Cincinnati Reds, Tony Perez, their best hitter, was solo home run. Well, that was it. Mets out hit the Reds 8-7. They win this game by a score of 8-4. Let's go ahead and look at advance tickets and see where the Mets will be playing. And we try to start all the Tom Seaver starts. Seaver has had a start in a while. Might have been hurt. It's last rotation. The Mets just went away from him the last time. Not sure why. But again, it's not an as-played season, I don't think. So I'm not sure Seaver was skipped, but Seaver should be back and going on the next start. The Mets do not play on Monday, April 29th, so we're pretty much even with the New York Yankee 86 replay, as both replays will head into the month of May. So starting it will be Tom Seaver will pitch against the Philadelphia Phillies. Larry Jackson against Tom Seaver. We'll do that one. That'll be on April. Jacobs next start. See when that one will be. Jerry Kuzman will pose Woody Fryman on the first. That one will be on Justin Otto on that one. Don Cardwell will pitch against Rick Wise. So now, and then let's see if Degrom pitches next Saturday, if I'm correct. And nope, Dick Selma will be on the mound, taking on Fergie Jenkins and those tough Cubs. And then I'm guessing it's Sunday. Yes, it's going to be a good matchup, too. Next Sunday, Jacob DeGrom back at Shea Stadium, taking on Bill Hands. And he had a no-hitter from in my 1972 replay I had here on the Sports Time Machine. So we'll go ahead and put a manual on that one. 1968 is replay, as we'll have a Tom Seaver replay coming up very soon, probably tomorrow or so, hopefully tonight after RJL's Yankees Indians. After that, if it goes well, we'll see what happens. See if we can get on here and play one more time. If not, we'll see again. We'll see again on April the 30th as Larry Jackson against the franchise, Tom Seaver from New York, as the Mets take on the Philadelphia Phillies. Thank you so much. This has been the Sports Time Machine presentation of New York Baseball 68 replay. Thank you so much. Have a good one. And thank you, Al, Red Sox fan, for coming in. Figures I know he likes the Jacob DeGrom stuff as he enters the time machine and goes back to 1968.